Hey, everybody. It's Amanda with New York's Dark Side, and we have a special collaborative episode today. I am recording live from Phelps Mansion, and I have Joe Shuerch. He's the museum educator as well as the paranormal group Empirical Paranormal. Their team is here to be interviewed about some of their fun investigations that they've done. I'm really excited. I'm glad to have them here, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So, Joe, can you tell us a little bit about Phelps Mansion?
So the Phelps Mansion was built for Sherman Phelps, who was a wealthy Binghamton businessman. He got his start in Pennsylvania by investing in railroads and coal. He moved here to Binghamton with his then second wife in 1854, and he had two sons with her. Her name was Elizabeth. He did have a previous wife. Her name was Susan. She passed away while in Pennsylvania, and their baby daughter Stella did as well. So when he moves here to Binghamton, he helped set up a bank. Eventually, he was president of two banks. He was part owner of the gas company, the water company, fifth mayor of Binghamton, and he was investing in many of the early industries here in the area. So his fortune was growing very rapidly. And so by 1870, he built this new house that we're sitting in today and talking to you about. He lived here with his niece Sarah and his two boys. His second wife died before this house was built. So the family didn't stay here very long, though. Sherman passed away 7 years after moving into the house at the age of 64. And then tragically, within 4 years, both of his sons and his daughter-in-law, Harriet, also passed away at she was 26, and the older son was 26 as well, and then the youngest son was 21 when he died. So by 1882, the house had no owners, and so it was lived in as a private residence by other well-known, not quite as well-known as Phelps, but still well-known Binghamton residents until it was purchased by the Monday Afternoon Club in 1905, and then it became a private women's club for the next 100 years.
Visitors to the museum, do they see any paranormal activity?
Yeah, we've had several people who have said they've seen things or heard things. And even when I first started working here, which I'll be 10 years this November, I heard footsteps upstairs one time when I was here in the building by myself. But me personally now, I think I don't really experience as much. I don't know if it's just because I've tuned it out and don't pay attention to it anymore, or if whoever's here just knows it's me and doesn't care. But we do have the paranormal investigations that we just started doing a couple of years ago. We've been working with Empirical Paranormal for pretty much all of those, and certain times we do get a lot of activity in the house. So yeah. So and then there were people who have lived in this house for a long, long time. When the Monday Afternoon Club was here, they had caretakers. And the caretakers would often report things that would happen here after hours, like the elevator moving on its own, or clocks that chime even though they're never wound, or doors that would just randomly close. And if you come to see the mansion, you can see we have very large doors here, so it takes a lot to close these big doors. So yeah, so lots of different experiences.
Okay. And when can people come tour the mansion?
Right now, the mansion's open Thursday through Sunday, and that will probably go through October, and then we'll be back to our regular winter hours from Friday through Sunday. But we have regular guided tours, and all the information can be found on our website at phelpsmansion.org, and that's where they can also book their tour times as well there.
Perfect.
Anything else? Very good. I'm going to pass it over.
So how did your group get started?
The group started back in 2004 with a couple different people. It was started by Will Jenks and Wade Clark.
Yes.
And they were the original people that started the group. And then Joe joined the group. What year did you join?
I'm not sure.
14, 2014?
Yeah, 13, 14.
Yep. And then I joined in 2015, and then I became the office manager and helped Debbie, who was then she became the director. So I was helping her. I was doing office work, and she decided to retire in 2018, and she handed the team over to me, and I became the director, and I've been the director ever since.
Tell us about some of your favorite investigations that you've done.
What do you think, guys? I think here we recently had an investigation here where we had one with the public, and there was one of the people that came here for the public investigation, and she went to use the restroom, and then she saw an apparition over in the doorways over here on her way back through. And at that same time, the front door slammed and the door upstairs to the attic slammed, and she was pretty shooken
It
up.
was actually the door.
Was it over here?
Yeah, it was
The
the
door that
front
goes to
door.
Okay, it was a door over here that slammed. Yep, and the attic door. And I think we have something on our footage of the door up in the attic
Nice.
slamming. So yeah, that was one of them. What else, guys?
We did spend about a half an hour trying to
Debunk.
that door slamming
Yeah.
because, as you can see, these doors are like 3 inches solid.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
They don't move.
They don't move very fast, and that was pretty amazing.
It's not. Wind's not just gonna move that door.
Yeah.
No, no. And what else? There was
Are we looking just for her? Or?
anything.
Anything, yeah.
Gosh, mine was probably gonna be that one up in Oldbone where I got choked.
Oh yeah, up in Auburn. Yeah,
Where I actually got choked and lightheaded and everything.
yeah,
Oh.
So
yeah.
sitting in the closet. Yes, standing in the closet, and I started swaying back and forth. And
He
I ended
started
up
crying.
sitting down, I guess, and crying, and she pulled me out. So
I made
I
him
don't
leave.
remember that part. But
I made him leave the building, and then as we were sitting outside and we were all getting fresh air and just taking a little breather in between, I got scratched on the back of my neck
Oh, geez.
while I was sitting outside. So that was an interesting investigation there. So, how about with you, Dom?
Gosh, I can't think of one in particular. Maybe probably when we went back to that same place, right? That you got choked
Yeah.
in? Yeah, probably when we were there, because we had a lot of interesting stuff happen there.
yeah, we spent the night there.
We did.
Yeah, we
that's
spent
right,
the night
did,
there.
that's right.
We did that a second
My
time.
mind
We spent
blocked
the
that
night
part
there.
out because I didn't
Yeah.
sleep.
I
Yeah.
don't know why.
And we also caught an apparition that night as well,
Yeah, we did.
of a little girl in the hallway, standing in the hallway. Yeah. So, and how about you, since you've been on the team?
Since I've been on the team, this place is consistently, the Phelps has consistently surprised me a few times. The door slamming, we were only a few feet away in the ballroom when that happened. The last time we were here, everybody else was upstairs investigating. Dominic was down here watching the cameras, and he was in the kitchen area. And I came around the corner to come back this way, and the doors to the elevator opened, and it made a sound like when a person gets in and the weight changes.
Yeah, yeah.
And it sounded like there was somebody standing in the elevator, but there was nothing there. And I guess that's not abnormal for this place.
It's spooky.
Yeah.
So what drew you to becoming paranormal investigators?
Want me to start?
I think we all got our own story.
Yeah, we all have our own stories.
Yeah, you start. You take the longest.
Okay. I don't take the longest. Since I was little, I always saw people and things. I used to talk to my grandfather, who was deceased, and things would move. There was a time where ashtray flew off the counter in the kitchen at me, and at the same time the phone was ringing. I picked it up and nobody was there. So it drew me into the kitchen
Yeah.
and through the ashtray. And then back in 2000, back in 1990, '92, we lived in he's my son. We both lived in a haunted house, and he was still a baby then. And he used to say the cow would talk to him in the crib.
You're stealing my story.
Sorry. So it's kind of like both of our story. But anyways, we had the TV turned on and off. My roommate got drawn on by a pen. Toys were being played with. Different things were happening. So back then, we didn't have the technology we have now. So I took a cassette player and set it up in the rooms. And in the morning, I would sit and drink my coffee and listen to the EVPs on the cassette player. So then from there, it just progressively, I got more and more interested, and now here I am. So.
See, now she told that, you might as well continue with your story.
Yeah, might as well finish your story.
So yeah, the whole like laying in my crib and seeing the spirits thing, that was the thing that even now is still like the earliest memories I have. Like I was a baby and I could still see that as clear as day, just being in a dark room and staring up at the ceiling and seeing like a cartoonish kind of cow looking down at me. And it kind of stuck with me, and for I think most of my life that made me kind of terrified of ghosts and stuff. And then when I was a teenager in high school, I got into like a really bad mental and emotional place, and I kind of clammed up and wasn't talking about it. And in doing so, I created my own poltergeist. I had a spirit that just constantly bullied and harassed me in my own home, and that was pretty awful. It kind of piqued my interest more because we had a paranormal investigation team come out to our house twice? I think at that time.
Well, that was the other house. Yeah, twice.
Yeah,
twice.
about twice. Yeah, and every time they came out, like they always were like, "Yeah, there's definitely something here," and I would tell them what I would see and stuff, and it went away for a little while. And then one day I woke up in the morning and had a porcelain lamp smash on my nightstand next to my bed.
Oh no.
And I'm like, okay, yeah, that something's going on for
Yeah.
real. And at that point, I got obsessed with it. And after watching the shows with my mom for a long time and stuff, I just kind of put two and two together and went, well, maybe I should really start getting into this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And after a while, I got dragged into being into the team. And yeah,
Yeah, he became our tech guy because anytime we had issues with our computers,
yeah.
he'd be like,
There was a Sunday she tricked me into running their EVP playing, and I guess I became a member of the team then.
You want to go?
You go.
Oh, I go. Jeez, I don't really have much.
yeah, you do.
I don't know. I know when I was younger, my parents built a house, so I don't think anything was actually in the house, but like connected to the house. But I remember one night, everybody was sleeping, and I remember hearing what I thought was the TV on. So I walked downstairs to ask them to tone it down, and there was nobody there. They had all brand new furniture, and on the furniture you could see little divots in the couch, like people are sitting there. And I don't know what, I wasn't really scared. I just politely said, please keep the noise down, and went back to bed. But years later, the taps came out with the show and everything, and started watching, and I got into it, and then I ended up moving down south. But when I came back home, moved back uphill, I looked around and found Will and Wade and them, and they actually came to my dad's Legion, and I went, and they invited me along with their investigation, and they asked me to join, and here I am still doing it today. So, but that's it.
I don't really have any fancy backstories.
Neither did I. But you did.
You have to have something.
I just always kind of been fascinated with the whole horror genre,
Mhm.
and as the shows came out over the years, I watched them and always wondered, and it is something that my dad and I were interested in doing together, watching the shows. and he passed away in 2015. And after he passed away, I thought I could definitely go for some answers just because of that. And but yeah, I'm kind of carrying out something that I think he would have liked to have done if he was able to.
If someone wanted to get started into like paranormal investigation, what advice would you give them?
Be your own team, do your own thing. Always I always take what Jason Haas says, use your common sense when you become an investigator. Be open-minded, be very respectful. What else, guys?
Don't plan on becoming famous overnight.
Yeah,
I
that
don't plan
doesn't
on
happen.
becoming famous at all.
Yeah,
Building a group takes time.
It
Building
does.
a reputation takes time.
Yeah.
There's people who try to take shortcuts and buy likes and stuff like that on social media, and that's
Yeah.
definitely not the way to go to try to boost yourselves. So taking it slow and taking your time is absolutely how you build your team.
yes.
And remember that the investigations and stuff you see on TV are highly edited down. It takes a lot of hours, it takes a lot of time, a lot of patience, and you're going to be sitting in a dark room for hours without anything happening before something good does. So
Yeah,
Just
those,
remember
those
that.
shows on TV are 2, 3, 4 days of filming.
sometimes a
Edit-
week.
Sometimes
Yeah,
a week
sometimes
or
a
two.
week, and they edit it into an hour show.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get nothing.
And so, yeah, sometimes you'll spend 8 hours in a hot, dank place and nothing will happen and you'll be super
And then you
frustrated
spend-
about it, but
Yeah,
you go over the evidence and you
I
find
was gonna
that
say, then you spend 8 more hours going over the
Yeah.
evidence,
or
and like,
or more.
damn, there
Yeah.
it is.
and
Or
you'll
more.
find that Class A EVP you've been chasing for years and you're
Yeah.
like, there we go.
It's worth it.
Yeah, or a picture
Yep.
Yeah, Joe.
or something on video.
Well, the best tool you could have is, like Gina said, you gotta trust your instincts. It's your body, your human body. That's
Yeah.
your best tool, your mind.
I think the last bit probably is, if you're new, you're going to be excited.
Yes.
You're going to be looking forward to everything. Don't go out and spend thousands of dollars in thinking that you need to have every piece of equipment right now today, because it's just not the way to go. You need to
Yeah.
get your pieces, start off with the basics.
Yeah.
And always don't think everything is paranormal. We debunk. We always find a reason behind something. Like we were talking about how the door slammed here. It took us you said 30, at least 30
Yeah,
minutes.
I always say
20, 30
to,
minutes.
20, 30 minutes to try to figure out why that door
And
slammed.
I still come back whenever we're here and I swing that door to see.
Yeah.
I always say to just Sherlock it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just take away all of the information until what you're left with is exactly what you need.
Yeah, always don't ever think everything is paranormal.
Yep.
And then you also, when you go into a private residence, always be respectful, and don't put it out there on Facebook or anything like that out of respect of that client. And don't take pictures and things like that. You be respectful for the client that you are doing the investigation for. And also, when you are investigating, just I said, use your common sense.
Mm-hmm.
Use your common sense. I always say Jason Haas says it. I say the same thing. Just, and anything else, guys?
That's pretty much it.
Pretty
Yeah.
much it. I mean,
Yeah.
What do you think the biggest takeaway that you've had from doing this type of work? Like, what? Trying to think of how to phrase it. Like, what's the thing that you really take home after an investigation?
You mean besides another spirit? I'm personally, with me, it's the different beliefs that everybody has, and when you take everybody's different beliefs, you kind of form your own belief, and that's something, and it changes.
Mhm.
You know, because you experience something, so now your belief is going to be a little different than it was when you started this. So, I came in here, I walk on the line. I still walk on the line, whether or not, you know, there is. I shouldn't say I walk on the line anymore, because there is something out there. What it is where I walk the line at. So, that's what I take.
I was impressed after I started doing this with how much of an impact it has on you to educate people,
Mhm.
because people come in not knowing at all what to expect. They see the TV shows and they think that's what they're going to get
Mhm.
when they come to a 4-hour investigation. And they kind of get a peek into the world and realize that what you see on TV is television.
Mhm.
And you know, being able to educate the people and work with them and, you know, kind of give them something to believe in after they've been on some of these investigations.
I think with me, when it's a private investigation and we go to someone's home and we help them find out what's going on in their home, and we educate them and let them know what's, you know, going on and all that, that means a lot to me, that we could help somebody. And as far as the public investigations go, my thing is helping preserve this history in our area and giving back to the community and helping the Phelps Mansion, the Kilmer Mansion, and all these other places that we investigate with the public. Being a part of the community and doing something for the community, that means a lot to me.
Yeah, that was one of the things that really impressed me with your group, is how active in the community that you are, and, you know, really pushing forward, giving back to places like Phelps Mansion and some of the other mansions here. So tell us a little bit more about the community work that you're doing.
Well, as you know, we do a lot of the public investigations here. We do public investigations here at the Phelps. We also do public investigations at the Kilmer Mansion. And we also have done investigations at, where else? The Bundy. We've raised money for the Bundy as well. And we also do tabling events. We just recently done a tabling event at Otsego Park.
That's where we met.
Center. Yep. And it just being letting people aware of the holistic side of things as well, and the metaphysical part of all this, and intertwines, basically. And we're going to be doing a tabling event in September. It's called Pause for a Cause. It's for breast cancer. And they're also going to bring in dogs from the Humane Society for people to walk with and to help hopefully adopt these dogs. So that's bringing awareness for breast cancer and different things like that. So, but we like to do a lot with the community. It's just, we want to be a part of it. And it makes people aware of also the paranormal.
Yeah.
Like he said, we educate everybody.
Seems like this, the biggest share of what we do is educate,
Yeah.
Yeah.
especially doing with the public events and educate.
Yeah. So.
And it's, you know, there's the local history aspect too. You know,
Yeah.
a local history never seems to get the amount of attention that, you know, bigger historical events and places have as far as significance goes.
Yeah.
But they don't realize that these homes contain the people that made the history. And without us spreading the awareness and raising the money, it'd be really hard for these places to keep the lights on a lot. And I feel like we really help contribute to saving these small little wrappers of history that contain a lot of information that otherwise would be lost.
Yeah. When I was growing up, I used to drive by this house.
Mm-hmm.
I always wondered what it was about,
Oh.
and I never really knew the history. I really didn't really look into it. And then as we, you know, started doing this, I looked more into it. I learned a lot from Joe Shuerch, and the more we come here and do the investigations, we learn more history as we go.
Yeah. I had no
So-
clue that there was like lots of mansions on this whole street at
Yeah.
one point. Like I
This
drove
used to
past
be
this for most of my life as well. I had
Mansion
no clue.
Road. Yeah.
How can our listeners find you if they want to contact you or have more information?
You're the good, you remember all that.
So we are on Facebook. We have Instagram. We have a Twitter account.
YouTube.
All under Empirical Paranormal. They can email us at official.empirical.paranormal@gmail.com.
We're on YouTube.
We are on YouTube as well. All of our investigation videos can be found by looking up Empirical Paranormal. And yeah, we're hoping to be doing a couple new exciting things with the team this year and adding to our website and stuff like that.
And you mentioned having some public investigations coming up. Do you want to plug those in case
Sure.
anyone's interested in joining you?
Sure. So we have one September 2nd here. It is sold out, but we will be going live on our Facebook page for those of people that cannot make it. They can still watch the
Mhm.
investigation. We always get a good following on that. And what else? We have one coming up. Let's see, September 27th.
September 17th
Or 17th.
is the Pause for a Cause.
Right.
Is Sunday the 17th. Saturday, September 23rd, we're going to be doing a tabling event for the Psychic Fair, which is
It's right
here at
here.
the Phelps.
Oh, cool.
Let's see, what else have we got?
Goodwill.
Look for the public.
The public investigations.
Yes, we've got the Goodwill Theater.
We don't have a time yet, but
We
we
don't
have
have
a
a
date.
time, but it's October 20th. It's Friday, October 20th. And then
We're gonna be doing Ghouls Night Out.
Saturday, October 28th, Ghouls Night Out at the Kilmer Mansion.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'll be doing readings and Dominic will be doing tarot and we'll have a table set up.
Yeah, me and Scott be at the table.
And then
Sometimes.
Tuesday, October 31st, we're doing a special Halloween evening investigation over at the Kilmer Mansion. So that will be something new for us, and we're going to try to do a couple new little things special for Halloween too.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, and then we'll post more as we go. You know, with the schedule and everything. It'll be on our Facebook page, it'll be on our website, and I'm sure it'll be on Twitter?
Oh, it'll be on Twitter and all of
Or
our.
should we say X now?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
It's still Twitter to us. So.
I was thinking about that this morning. I'm like, is it still a tweet if it's X now? I don't know. I don't know what to call it.
To my knowledge, the URL hasn't changed, so I think it's still Twitter.
So yeah. So yeah, and then we'll, like I said, we'll be more as we
Yeah.
go. So. And then we have pop-up investigations we'll be doing.
Investigations,
Yeah.
pop-up live feeds, just to say hi once in a while.
We've got a couple places that we're going to be stopping into in August, September.
Yeah.
So we'll be doing pop-up investigations over there as long as we have good signal
Oh yeah, and weather.
and weather.
And on top of all that, if anybody needs an investigation of their own
Yes.
house, give us a call. You know, kids come close if something's happening on a child or something. We try to rush on those.
Yes. Yes.
If you don't feel comfortable or safe in your home and something's going on,
Please give us a call.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We don't laugh at people,
No.
except when in each other.
We'll never turn away family in need.
No, we never turn away, especially when it comes to children. So.
Well, thank you guys so much. This has been a lot of fun.
Yes.
Thank
yes.
you.
Yes,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much.
And hopefully we could do more in the future.
Definitely, definitely.